What do? I want to become enlightened. I don't know how to become enlightened. I'm lost. Okay? So, to be enlightened, let's just look at the word enlightenment and the energy associated with enlightenment. Enlightenment is simply recognizing the light is within you. It's simply recognizing that you have the power, okay, within you to make all your dreams come true. When we think about the energy of Atlantis and Lemuria, okay, the energy of just the word Atlantis and the word Lemuria, there is a strong willpower. These individuals, these beings, okay, have a very strong sense of willpower within themselves. It's like this candle. Okay, we all come in and we're all candles. We all have the tools we need inside of us, okay, to share our creative ideas with the world, to be a positive contribution to this world. It's just we have to turn the candlelight on. By turning it on is turning on your willpower, your sense of, you know what, I can actually do this. But first, that takes rewiring your brain, okay? Enlightenment, the same as enlightenment the Atlanteans and the Lemurians experience, is simply of a rewiring of the brain. Not just rewiring of the brain, but it's a continuation of the rewiring of the brain, okay? It's almost like you are running and you tell yourself that, you know what, today I'm going to run 2 miles, and let's say you've only ran 1 mile before, but that's rewiring your brain. Okay, people like to say reprogramming, but simply it is stimulating your brain to think new thoughts that challenge your physical body to go a little bit more, you could say, outside of itself. Outside of, when I mean outside of itself, I mean the glass ceiling. Okay, a lot of times we can put ourselves in this, you could say, this glass box. Okay, and we're like, yeah, okay, everything in this glass box I'm going to accomplish. Okay, everything in this glass box is me. You know, I see myself reflected at me from the glass around me, and this is me. But breaking that, rewiring yourself by challenging yourself, by stimulating your brain, okay, you get to experience the expansiveness of yourself that does not have any sort of stop and end. And that is with the Atlanteans and Lemurians and the Enlightenment, with the mind. They were very sophisticated in the mind. So a feeling of lost is a feeling of, I like to say, stagnation in your creativity flow. For some reason, your creative energy is not cycling, it's not flowing. And the best way to get the flow going, because when you really have the flow going, there's not going to be a lot of these anxieties or these stresses or these stagnation feeling, because you're going to realize when you really break through the glass box or break through the glass ceiling of your limitations, of your beliefs, of your ideologies, of your culture, okay, you begin to realize that the expansiveness within your being has no end. Therefore, you realize that really there is no time to sit there and be stagnant, because there's so much abundance inside of you, like a cornucopia of creativity just constantly flowing. But that, okay, you have to open yourself up to the universe, to the flow, you could say, to your soul's energy. Because remember, your soul is not within this body. Your body is within your soul, because that is how expansive your soul energy is. So when we look at time, all of time, okay, and we look at the whole concept of the very advanced, sophisticated metaphysical idea of time happening all at once, we can really recognize that our body, this body, Rosa Ivy right now, is in the soul's energy. And you could say Rosa Ivy in a past life is in that same soul energy. You can imagine it's like you can say like a sun, and all the planets are rotating around the sun simultaneously, all together. It's all in the same time. Okay? They're all doing it. They're all rotating. They're all together. They're all in sync. They're just, you could say, divided by space. But just because they're divided by space, each planet, doesn't mean that they're not rotating together, that they're not, you can say, when it comes to the time, they're not all together. Just like a lot of times we associate with our past lives and how they are split. Okay, that is gone. Just because we can't see it, we feel it. Just like you can say, say the planets when it comes to Earth and Mars, just because we may not be able to visually see it, okay, but we can feel it, because we can feel its unique gravity kind of pulling at us, and vice versa. Earth is pulling at Mars a little bit. The same thing with all of our energy. All of our energy, you could say, our past lives, our future lives. It is almost like our soul is the sun, this big energy that is really the life force for all the planets. And each individual planet, okay, is us. Is a creation of the sun's energy, because without the sun there would really be no planets with life force energy on it, with intelligence on it. Okay, so when we can really, in essence, not step outside of ourselves in the sense of, detaching from our body, none of that, but step outside almost our current mind, our current brain flow, our current stimulation, okay? Because the mind is very much like a response, the mind. But when we can challenge our mind to get a different response to something, we can break a pattern. Okay, and everything about the mind, you could say, in the past, with our, you could say, 5,000 years of the Bronze and the Dark Age, okay, of the establishment of ego and control, the suppression and dominance over other people, the separation, seeing I versus you energy, okay, and this resurrection of pretty much the Buddha and all of the gurus, even Laotus, even the Taoism, the Taoism, all of those philosophical minds, and their teaching of the power of oneness, not just oneness with me and another individual, but oneness with my mind, my heart with my brain, and the brain with the universe. Okay, and not to cut off our brain circulation from the universe, because the universe is what fuels our brain circulation, the stimulation. Okay, it inspires and it encourages movement, just like the sun in its gravity encourages the planets to kind of move around it. Okay, so we have collaboration going on with the universe and with each other. So in the dark ages of Earth, cutting ourselves off from each other by, I'm going to suppress you, I versus you, I'm going to compete against you because I want your land and I want your turf and I want your knowledge. That whole cutting ourselves off from each other is simply cutting off the flow of creativity. It's like if I cut myself off from the universe, my brain is going to feel, you could say, a draining, or you're going to feel a disconnect. And whenever there's a disconnect in your brain, even when when you think about your neurons in your body moving up and down your spine, if there's some sort of disconnect, the function is somehow off. It's imbalanced. Okay? It feels lost. Whenever energy feels lost, there's always this energetic, okay, thing within people where the seeking, just like your body and the cells of their body, when the cells in your body senses that there's something slightly off, what happens, cells communicate to each other. And what cells do is they send information to other cells. Hey, I need some help, or hey, I need some protein when it comes to your biology, and I need your help over here. Come this way. Oh, hey, I'll go this way to help you out. Okay, so the cut, cells, they have no concept of cutting themselves off from each other. But when we do that, you could say in our minds, where we feel like we are lost, we always turn to this seeking, like cells, I need your help. And that is within yourself, okay? That is really within yourself, just like the cells. The cells are not seeking, telling your brain, there's something wrong with you, you need to go seek this. Okay, you need to go seek this. The cells, a lot of times, when it comes to your body, they just find it in each other. And when I mean in each other, it's all of it is taking place within you. Okay? And then when it comes to, you could say, the cells communicating with your brain and with your intellect, and may guide you, you need to eat a banana. Oh, you need to eat an orange. But that right there is a process. You have to get in the energy of the creativity, because the creativity flow through art, through singing, through dancing, through moving your body. A lot of people don't realize that moving your body is one of the best things you can do to actually get the creative energy flowing. Okay? Because these ideas that people have, this glass box or this glass ceiling that they put themselves in and they're lost, it's because they simply want to break free of that. They want to break free, and they want to come up with their own ideas about life, about creation, about who they are in this world, what is their contribution to this world. And that right there, in this age, the first thing we have to do is step into our willpower before we can really become like Atlanteans and Lemurians with our mind magic. Mind magic in, you could say, our telekinesis, our telepathic communication. Because Atlanteans and Lemurians, I really feel there was no such thing as verbal communication. I don't even know if they really had a vocal cord. Okay? But first, it takes willpower. Okay, you have to be strong. You have to be strong to, in that moment of complete doubt, don't just sit there and tell yourself again and again, I have a problem, I have a problem, I have a problem, I have a problem. You might as well go to a psychologist for that, because that's, that whole therapy or the whole medication, it's just simply promoting the problem. Okay? The problem. But all you have to do is, fuck the problem. I'm lost. I'm not even going to think about that. What I'm going to focus on is, what, this is my solution. This makes me happy. Dancing, or singing, taking walks, moving my body, writing. And that energy, when you can get into that energy, that true creative energy of just simply the basic necessities of just a paper and a pen, or just a song and just dancing. Okay, allowing your inner child to come out, then you can truly step on the path of really manifestation. Because anything with manifestation, even Atlanteans and Lemurians, it requires an energy within yourself. The light is on. The light is on. Because when the light is on, you are truly in sync with yourself, in sync with the universe, in sync with other people. Therefore, your light is on, you are shining very bright, and your signal, okay? Your signal can be heard, can be felt, and therefore you'll get a signal back, just like with satellites. If the signal on Earth is not signaling anything out, it's not signaling anything up, the satellite around the Earth is not going to pick up anything. You have to turn it on, okay? And simply, turning on your light is believing. You have to believe in yourself. Okay, not be like, this thing happened to me when I was a child and I'm this way. I'm bitter, or I'm upset and I feel lost and I'm angry because this happened to me. Instead of, again, problem, because again, words have power, your thoughts have power, and everything you do and say is an affirmation. Is an affirmation to the universe. You're sending a signal out. Not just sending a signal, you're sending a signal. Imagine everyone on this world is cells. We're all cells. And when one cell is doing this strong affirmation of, I am ill, I am ill, I am ill, what's going to happen is the other cells are going to pick up on that signal because they're all interconnected. And they're going to see, oh, wait, maybe we are ill. So they're going to start getting spoiled by that one cell. So when you are giving affirmation of, I am lost, I am seeking for your help, for somebody to come into my life, because I am entitled and deserving to have somebody come in my life because of my childhood and the bad things that happened to me. Right there saying that you are not open or ready to even receive true healing energy. Because to truly be open to receive true healing energy is to turn on your light within yourself, send out the signal that, you know what, I am beautiful, I am kind, and allow the world around you to begin to shift towards more kind and beautiful things. Because a lot of people think that, just by, I want to be enlightened. And to just not do anything inside, to not shift anything inside, it's not going to work. Okay, because again, everything in this whole world, really you are inside of your soul energy. But when you kind of feel a disconnect, you feel lost. But when you kind of bring that link together, to have that closeness, the closeness by breaking, you could say, that veil, destroying that veil that gives you this facade that you're here alone, that you have no spirit guides, that you're just kind of wandering around just to have a mundane life and just to accept mediocrity as just a part of life. No, you're here to have an exceptional life, and you're here to be a very good contribution, positive, inspiring, creative contribution to this world. But that takes willpower to face those demons inside of yourself. Because once you face them, and once you face them again and again, you become stronger and stronger. And tools to build this strength within yourself is Kundalini, is meditation. It could be even shamanic drums. It could be drawing. It could be painting, writing. I would recommend pursuing any sort of creative pursuit. Not just one, but all. Because you'll find that your body, your DNA, your very biology, your very brain inside of your soul can pick up and can remember and can feel all of your lifetimes and all of the things that you've mastered and worked on. For example, in the 1800s, I was a businessman. Through bringing myself closer to my soul's energy, it's simply about being authentic to your feelings inside of yourself. By really using your willpower to believe in magic, to believe in positive affirmations, to think highly of yourself, you are connected deeply with your soul. Deeply with your soul's energy. Okay? Deeply with the planet's energy. Because the planet is this massive vortex that is shifting towards light. That's why everyone is frazzled. They're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Because we're so used to the dark ages in the planet. But now the light is here. So now everyone's shifting gears. They're shifting their energy. They're shifting. And they're realizing, okay, it's time. It's time for me to allow my soul to come out fully, before, you know, the past, the energy of the world in the 1800s, 1700s, 1600s, you know, that it was an energy experience. An energy experience. And it served a purpose for us on soul levels, and I feel that purpose was to become strong. Because anybody born and being them authentic selves in the 18, 17, 16, I mean, we'll talk about thousands of years, were very strong, courageous, powerful individuals. And that was very much, you could say, our experiences as souls, is to have that level, you could say, of root chakra power. Okay, but this control thing, this is kind of spilling over a little bit into this new age, this control thing of keeping control, because the thought of control makes one feel safe and secure, and not just control over other people or religions or ideologies or cultures, but it's control over oneself, really, oneself and their career, their movement forward. Control is more of just a safeguard. That's why we think of Roman times and people attacking each other. It was simply because of a safeguard. I have to attack because I have to protect myself. I have to keep this crap job so I can safeguard myself. But all of that is going away to the wayside and just completely just going away because of the fact the mind, people are recognizing, like the Atlantis and Lemurian, the mind can make anything happen, can bring any abundant opportunity. But that takes you focusing your energy on that which you want to give to the world, not on what is the problem. I'm lost. This is crap. If you have an experience you would like to have, put your energy into that. Put your energy not in, let me have anxiety about the future, but put your energy into this moment now. What can I do now that gets my energy feeling good, gets my energy feeling elevated, gets my energy feeling in line to where I'm a big satellite for people to pick up on me? Because we, as individuals, are meant to be kind of like the movie in The Lady in the Water, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Okay, where a simple look at an enlightened being gives an individual who maybe is on the verge of having an explosive enlightenment, but not quite there because of resistance, tingling in the chest, gives them tingle in the chest, and then bam, an opening. Simply what it is an opening, a willingness to try something new, a willingness to get rid of this forceful energy. I gotta force myself to awaken. I gotta force myself to do this or force myself to do that because that's gonna help me to become awakened or to be a good contribution to this world. I'm just feeling any more messages that want to come through about the whole topic of enlightenment and being lost. It's simply, it is really about a stimulation of the mind. You can even try learning a new language. You can try to read poetry, advanced poetry, like complex sort of poetry. Anything like literature, any form of reading is very stimulating for the mind. Reading that it requires a level of critical thinking. Any form of critical thinking, it could even come to figuring out a poem, what words you want to use to a poem, or even dance moves. You're choreographing a dance, or even critical thinking as in your mind, even walking out in nature, climbing trees. It promotes a level of creativity. That's why children had so much of the good flow, good harmonious energy, good happy energy, because of the fact their mind was constantly running, like running, critically thinking all the time, because they were constantly in a state of learning new things. So learning new things is the best way to really keep your mind, become a very intellectual individual. Not intellectual as in, I'm going to just learn all this stuff because I want to control my reality or control others, or to intellectual pursuits is how I think wisely about myself or think highly about myself. No, it's simply intellectual pursuits, not, I want to gain this award or gain this degree because that's going to add to myself. It's not to add to you. It's to challenge you. It's to open you up, not to add anything to you. That's why people a lot of times pursue intellectual pursuits, because they think, well, this is going to add to me. No, it's going to help you remember you. That's all that it does, is help you to remember you. And intellectual pursuits, anything of you could say in this intellectual area of our mind and our aspect of our life, it does require a self-confidence. It takes self-confidence to do anything that's really creative. To do dance, to make a choreography, or to make a song, write a song, or to draw a picture. It requires a level of self-confidence, and that is healing. Okay, but the healing, you have to really be still. You have to be still. You have to really connect with your body. And connect with your body's cold showers, very ice cold showers for like 30 seconds. Sometimes I do 3 minutes every morning, these cold showers. What cold showers do is they help you connect with your body. We are so used to being warm. We love being warm because we were warm in the fetus. In the womb, when we were a fetus. But the cold, it shocks you. It shocks you. It gets you out of this, kind of floating above your body, and kind of like your energy's floating above your body, and you're kind of just looking through the eyes of your body, but you're not deeply really connected, really deeply grounded in your body. Cold showers instantly gets all of your energy deeply feeling into your body, feeling everything into your body. And baths, warm baths, for example, can help you to, it's more of a detach to your body. Like if you're sort of like a meditation. It helps you to meditate outside of your body, to, you could say, almost astral project yourself to universal energies, or your soul's energy. Your soul's energy is like connecting back with the sun. Like let's say you're Earth and I'm Mars, and let's say we're all planets with this life force energy. You could say the sun energy, and warm baths is like connecting us straight to the sun energy, and it can be very rejuvenating for us. Rejuvenating. So it's like meditation can be very rejuvenating because we are connecting back with the pure soul energy of ourselves. And that pure soul energy is just abundant in just so much vitality and vibrancy. I mean, the sun, it's never lacking energy. But our physical body, right now, it's more important to connect with our physical body than to just meditate for 8 hours and completely disconnect from our body and just allow our body to get stale and stagnant while we're just, our soul's energy is just connecting with the sun and with this vibrant, vast, expansive, rejuvenating, refreshing energy. It's good to connect with that, but we got to pull it down into our body. We got to allow our body, our electromagnetic field, our aura to be our sun. So when we are walking around Earth in our physical body, we feel rejuvenated, not just when we meditate. Okay, just by taking a deep breath, we instantly feel like we've connected with the sun. Okay, so that we don't have to 30-minute meditation just to get that that feeling of high, that feeling of I feel energized. Okay, and the mind, I feel like a lot of people connect out of their bodies because of the mind. The mind has become so restless, it's become so loud, that even thinking about integrating one's energy fully into this body, fully into the mind, people don't want to. Because they're like, well, I have a lot of crap in my mind, like it's just chaos and it's restlessness, and I'm just constantly just have anxiety and stress. But I'm telling you, those outlets, there's so many things, like when you really are ready to open yourself up to your soul's energy, to the healing energy, when you are not so resistant. And you will know when you're resistant, because there's this forcing thing, like I want to force things to happen, I want to force people to help me, I want to force myself to find a guru, or force myself to people to help me, that sort of thing. Like that tenseness means that you are really resistant, okay? Your mind is seeking to, you could say, rewire itself to be stimulated, because that is all the time the mind wants to do it. The brain is just, I mean, think about the neurons in the brain. They're so complex. Even neurologists can't even understand the neurons and the stems and all of the stuff that's going on in people's minds. We still can understand because it's so sophisticated. And all it wants to do is be expressed. It wants to be challenged. It wants to learn about itself. And when you're reading a book in a different language or something that makes you critically think, your brain is like, oh, yeah, I'm learning something new, not something that adds to me. Like if I read this history book, I will learn about this and that will add to me. I'll gain something from that. But no, it's simply like something dormant, like a dormant stem in your brain is somehow awakened by just reading that. It like triggers it. So everything that you do, it triggers something. And a lot of people, this whole idea of triggering when it comes to the dark and the dark night of the soul, I went through that. And we all go through that, especially in the beginning of the Enlightenment, because we get so used to this whole, I need to be on guard, I can't trust people, the Dark Ages sort of energy. Okay, when we have that dark night of the soul, that huge tension, that people are just a mess, really. They're an emotional mess, emotional basket case, is simply because it's trying to really, it's reprogramming us. Anything that is reprogramming us, anything shifting going on inside of us, it's gonna be like, we're gonna feel uneasy. Okay? And enlightenment is just happening like popcorn on the plane, like boom, 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 because those enlightened individuals, it's like a chain reaction. It's like the Lady in the Water by M. Night Shyamalan. You just see an enlightenment person, and it's triggered out of you. Or you eat an enlightenment food. It can even be as simple as a banana. Like your banana, you literally plucked from the tree, from its natural source. You eat it, and all of a sudden, a month later, you're like, boom! You're like, whoa, I need to change my ways. I need to change my job. I need to change my relationship. Because I'm here to be a great contribution to the world. I'm here to have peace. I want peace for all, and I'm here to return back to my heart, to live my authentic truth. Okay? And that's why a lot of enlightenment is happening right now. So for yourself, if you're going through the dark night of the soul energy, it's because you did something either months before that, or could even be years before that triggered caused tingling in your chest. This is like a metaphor, like tingling in your chest. Somehow triggered something in your brain, like a dormant stem in your brain somehow went active, and that active stem in your brain somehow triggered other stems in your brain, and then so you know it, you got all these different stems that were dormant in your brain somehow open, sometime like a light's on, somehow active, and then months later you had this huge crap. Everything that I've been thinking about life, thinking about jobs and relationships, is not true to my authenticity. It's only true to just what I've been told in school and my parents and society. But I'm here to be a warrior of light, a warrior to bring in the new. Everything is about bringing in new, not continuation of the old. And that is enlightenment thinking. That is critically thinking. Yeah, but the tension and the resistance, the stubbornness, like this basket case emotion, it really, in the midst of that, you gotta like your Kundalini movement, you gotta shake it off. You gotta shake it off. And shaking it off is completely doing in the moment of that. You're deciding, you know what, I'm not just gonna sit in bed, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna move my arms around, you know, do some Guru Jagat. I would highly recommend doing Guru Jagat. She's a Kundalini teacher in California. But even before I had Guru Jagat as a Kundalini teacher, I enlightened on my own, 2 years ago. But what triggered me was researching. For some reason, I found myself interested in researching about aliens. I came across the Arcturians and the Pleiadians, and I was watching all these videos about them. I was like, whoa, this is really interesting. And I wasn't truly deeply awakened. But then moving to Nashville, bam, Dark Night of the Soul, emotional basket case. Because emotional basket case is because of don't know what to do. All we know is that we cannot keep doing what we're doing. And that's okay, except that you don't know what to do next. Because our whole history of this 5,000 years of this dark bronze and dark ages is always about having to know exactly what we're going to do. But Alan Watts would say we've already experienced that. This whole routine. The routine, what do I do next? I have to have the plan. God, you have to send me the plan, the exact plan of what I'm supposed to do. And God is like, well, it's in you. And I'm not the one that gives you the plan. You're the one that decides what you want. This isn't a scripted thing. Everything, all of time is happening right now. So if you think that before this incarnation, there's some sort of script, everything, the energy, it's very, very highly sophisticated. Everything you've wanted to experience in this particular lifetime, you already have the willpower. You already have the plan of how to do that. It's how to manifest an experience. Not like, oh, my whole life. This is my whole life, the whole script for my life. No. Because it is true. Everything is happening all right now. So this whole before I was incarnated was simply what's happening right now. A shift. It was just a massive shift. But we can have mega massive shifts right now. Mega massive shifts. That's what it was. Death and rebirth. It's just a shift. Coming into a physical body is just a shift. It can be a massive one depending on your vibrational sort of stance in wherever you were or kind of is right now. But it's simply like, I want to have this sort of projection of my soul in this reality because I would like to experience a certain thing. But your soul, like sun rays, it has projections going on in a multitude of realities, a multitude of dimensions, because of the fact your soul is, like I said, intelligent, sophisticated. It's like the brain. It can multitask. It's thinking, does a lot of things, and wants to experience a lot of things. So connecting with more of your body and not just projecting out of yourself, connecting more with your body, accepting your body, nurturing your body, being in tune with your body, getting to know this physical body is simply getting to know the experience you would like to have. Because your very body, this isn't random. You chose this body. You chose this body for a particular reason. Okay? You could say before this incarnation, you were already designing your body, really. I believe we chose our energetic parents. Some reasons it can be for karmic reasons. Other reasons it can be for simple biology. For me, I chose my father more for biology, not necessarily karmic. Okay? And as these more children come into the world that do not have any karmic sort of suck in the gravity of the bronze and the dark ages, because simply having karma is being in still in the gravity of the bronze and the dark ages, meaning you still want to experience that gravity. But those without karma have already boosted themselves up with like rockets. Rockets boost themselves out of the gravity, and now they're in a layer above that gravity in a new gravity with a new system that is a layer above that. And that new gravity system that the majority is wanting to kind of be in is completely different. With the law of the Bronze and the Dark Age for the 5,000 years before, you could say, the 20th century, the karma was about very basic, kind of primitive. You do this to me, it's okay, but then you have to somehow balance it out by doing this. So if I kill you in this lifetime, in order to balance it out, I have to save you in this lifetime. And that is the balancing. That's the law. The system, there was a system law, and that was it. But this new system law is completely different. And as really energetically, we haven't really received the download of what that gravity's, the new gravity, you could say laws of the system will be, but it definitely is more like Atlantis and Lemuria. Definitely. Okay? Where it's, that system is more about community. The whole thing of karma is just gone. It's more going to be about dharma. I associate dharma as just simply collaboration. You know, it's simply about collaboration. It's more about teamship. It's more of like, when we think of karmic, I have a karmic tie to you. In the Enlightenment era that's coming up very soon, it's going to be more about, I'm going to come in agreement with you that we're going to work on this creative project together. Not, you know, I got to do good to you because in that time I did bad to you to balance it out. But still, people have to completely cut all ties with the karma, the karma gravity around the planet that people got caught in. You know, they got caught in and they got depleted in it. And when you get depleted, it's like a rocket. When a rocket with no fuel, there's no way you could boost out of the sun's gravity. No way if you don't have that energy of that rocket, of the fuel to get yourself out. So that's what happened. People got depleted, they got discouraged, they got suppressed, no willpower, no energy to get out. So right now, willpower is helping people to get out. Okay? A lot of people right now, this whole era right now, I mean, this era is like my lifetime, your lifetime, everyone's lifetime, is a rapid, expedited of like getting out the karma thing. Because people with karma, you don't necessarily have to meet the person in the physical to completely resolve something or energetically wrap something up or complete something. It is simply of boosting your energy up, boosting it up, willpower, strong energy flow, huge aura, huge electromagnetic field, like you're equivalent to a rocket, and a rocket's force and that power, it can get up into the atmosphere, to where you literally all at once, you could do this simultaneously to every individual that you feel some sort of tie to, because I know people do feel ties to other people. You can send out an energetic healing, and that's all you have to do. It's all you have to do. It's all you have to do. All you have to do. Send of healing, send of forgiveness, send of kindness. You don't have to physically meet the person to do that. Whoever you feel an energetic tie to. And then simply decide, I'm going to get out of this, go to the next layer up of gravity, and to begin my journey, lifetime journeys in that. It's not in the karma. But it is like there's two Earths going on right now. It's very interesting. And it's always like that, two Earths going on. And it's very prominent two Earths that are really I wouldn't say dividing, but it's really starting to, you see the contrast. And the contrast is very good. Because when you see, you could say this light and enlightenment, authentic integrity is in good place, and then you see this individual who's like a rapper holding guns like this and is singing about bitches and hoes, I'm gonna hit you from the back. You can really see through that contrast. You can see through that rapper. You see right through it and you're like, oh my gosh, you're so transparent. You know, you're completely an energetic that wants to suppress and wants to drain. So then there's a level of critical thinking. Do I want to be in that? No, because look at this. I see this enlightenment person. I would like to be with that, because that is where the world wants to go to. Because I don't want to continue the gravity of the heavy, the karma, the bronze and the dark ages. But it really, it does take a level of decision. You have to decide and you have to commit, because the Enlightenment era is all about adventure. It's all about a voyage. It's about a frontier. It's about creativity. Atlantis and Lemuria, that was just a huge frontier. It's like the Renaissance, of huge creativity, of collaboration, of inspiring each other. So you have to find it what in yourself, and nobody can tell you. No psychic, no guru can tell you what it is in yourself that is your greatest contribution to this world. It could be a multitude of things. But you have to find it within yourself. Because when you can truly find it, you'll find people who naturally gravitate towards that, who are in agreement with that, and together you and those individuals in the new system, the new paradigm, okay, the new gravity that's a layer up above the gravity of the karma, the dark and the bronze ages, these people will naturally gravitate to you, because with this new system, it's about co-creating, it's about groups, it's about community, not individualism of, look at me, my brilliant idea, I did all by myself. It's about collective group recognition. So you'll find that. They'll gravitate towards you. But you gotta get out of, you gotta start critically thinking about the food you're eating, the therapy you're taking, the medication. You have to really think critically about it. Because there are still individuals, still energies in this planet that would like to experience the Dark Ages. And I don't mean the Dark Ages as not as like evil or satanic or anything like that, but I'm saying deceiving, discouraging, and deceiving even in the medical when it comes to prescription. A lot of it has to do with money. It has to do with individuals making insane amount, millions, billions of dollars off of this medication because they want to continue on the path of, look at me, I made $1 million off of my product. Okay, a lot of people want to continue in that, but if you don't want to be a participant in that, if you don't want to fuel that sort of way of living, then you have to really critically think about where you're putting your energy, where you're putting your money, where you're putting your beliefs. For example, psychology, therapy. I believe the whole thing of therapy is going to go away. We're going to have psychology, yes, but the whole treatment in the practices is not going to be about, you need me. If anybody tells you you need them, you need this medication, you need my therapy, do not engage in that. Because that's basically trying to turn off your light and trying to turn off your light and then have them be the candlestick to turn it on whenever you visit them in therapy or take a pill. It's like they're a little lighter and they turn it on and then they turn it off and then they turn it on. You don't want that kind of energy where you feel like something external is turning on your on and off your light. You turn your light on within yourself. You turn it on. Not anything external comes on and turns it on and then turns it off. But that is you being controlled. Not in control of what we always think. Not that sort of word. It's probably not the best word to use, the best choice of diction. But when I'm talking about, it's more associated with inner power. Inner power. To say no, to say yes. And if you really would like to be enlightened, you really have to watch what you eat. You really should not be taking medication. Any form of medication. Again, if you are someone who severely has medical problems, then yes, of course, of course. But everything can always be healed through natural remedies. I do believe that. But so we don't get to that point of failure. Because again, your body can only handle so much. That's why bones break. So if you're putting a lot of stress, years and years on your knee, for example, years and years like my grandma, and not healing it, just putting stress, years, of course what's going to happen is you're going to need surgery. But those individuals right now, you have an opportunity to connect deeper with your body so you can pick up on the signs from your body. That signs like, I need banana, I need healing, I need warm bath, I need you to do some Reiki on this area. Then we're not going to have those problems. We're not going to have those problems in the long term, when we're 50 or 60 years old. And a lot of older generations did not have, you could say, more of the activations that we have right now. Because again, the more enlightened people that awaken themselves that are here right now on this planet, it's going to spark everybody else that they meet. It's just a look. It's just a look. You see somebody on the television that is enlightened. It's just like, whoo. It could be a movie. It could be a book. It could meeting just somebody across the street that just somehow they got your interest. They're really intriguing. You don't know why. That is an enlightened person that is awakening something within you. And we have it so much right now. Okay. Even in the 70s, there was an energy of it. An energy of it coming in, like really people were really feeling what's happening today. They were trying to prepare people for what's happening today. You can say with the Vietnam War, and the movements against that is more so of, hey, like, we are over this. We are over this. The 20th century marks the age of light, of the 5,000 years of peace. So come on, let's just get over this, like, cut it off now, because, like, we're done. We don't need any more war. We don't need any more. It's over. That time of killing is over. Karma is over. And that's what basically those the 70s, hipsters and hipsties were about. Preparing people. Okay? Of the oneness. Is just they took it to a very extreme level of oneness, and it wasn't very balanced. Okay? Because they didn't really have the full download of the oneness requires of peace and balance and groundedness within individual, like within each individual, before we can really get to a collective harmony. It starts with the individual. And they were already going like full head of stream into the community. Let's have a positive, harmonious community. But when you have individual level people are not truly there yet, it doesn't work. It kind of just creates what happened in the 70s, with the sex and the drugs and all that kind of emotional sort of instability. Okay, because you can't jump to that sort of community level without having individual based harmony, okay, or confidence, or healing, or resolution. So I'm seeing if there are any more channel messages for you guys on this topic of enlightenment and being lost. I guess what I feel guided to do is I'm just going to do a little shamanic drumming for you to just, awaken the intellect, awaken the mind, and awaken the heart. Because the heart really is the fuel for the mind, if we think about the heart. And the body is really what promotes the heart. It's like the promoter of the heart, your body movement. So all the systems have to be flowing in your aura, and the auric field is simply your expansion. It is your willpower to get things done in this lifetime. It gives you the energy to really pull in all of your imagination, all of your dreams into this physical world. It is the toolbox. It is all the resources you need to get it done, to fully download all of this, all of those ideas into this physical world. So I wanted to do some shamanic drumming to awaken. Awaken your mind, awaken your heart, to help your auric field to expand, to allow yourself energy movement, energy flow. Okay, so you can be bright and vibrant individuals. Okay.